welcome to We Why Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 9. And this one is Mediation Nation.
A lot of mediation going on.
A lot of mediation. So this one we pick up where we left off, where Mia was saying the fathers of my children can get along. Okay. The way this played out, not what I was expecting.
No, not what anybody was expecting.
So Mia says she was married before. 2 of her children are from Gordon, Juju and Jeremiah. And her older son, Joshua, is from a previous marriage.
Right.
And they do
That's
a clip.
what she was talking about.
They do a clip of her saying that, I guess, when she first came on. But nobody remembers that because we've not seen him since then.
No, we have not. We
Right?
definitely have not seen that kid since first season. Probably that one scene.
Right. But then she says that, Gordon spends time with him. Obviously, if I don't know. Honestly, that totally turned me off.
She's just doing too much.
It just totally turned me off.
She's doing way too much, man.
And then all of a sudden Karen says, "Stop, why are we attacking Mia? Why is Karen all of a sudden sticking up for Mia?"
I don't know. I found that interesting too. But at first I was like, God, Mia is making this birthday party all about herself. But I guess it really was Giselle who kind of was holding court and questioning Mia.
Yeah, no, it was. It definitely was.
So I guess maybe Karen meant, like, why are we all over here questioning Mia when it's Wendy's birthday and we should be over there watching her get her governor's citation, which I meant to look up what that is and I forgot.
Yeah. And then Jacqueline says, "I can speak because I was there."
I'm so tired of Jacqueline. I cannot stand her. I can't stand her.
She's like that annoying little sister that doesn't go away.
Yes, she is. She's like Cindy Brady.
Yes. She said Gordon was okay for 5 minutes, and he complained for 20 minutes. And I don't know if you saw it, but when they were walking over to see Wendy get the citation from the governor, Mia was mad at Jacqueline. She's like, "You don't have my back." Meanwhile, Jacqueline thought she did have her back.
How in the world is she saying that this girl doesn't have her back? She is riding her back like nobody's business.
I know.
She's got your back. Trust me, girl.
I know. It made no sense. So then Wendy, comes over and says she's getting a citation from the governor, and they're all like, "What? A citation's a bad thing." She's like, "Do you mean a proclamation?" And she's like, "No, I'm getting," and then Eddie walks over and says the same thing. So he's like, "I don't know. We'll go find out. We'll go find out what it is. Let's go." And Stacey's like, "How can she have 4 degrees and not know what a citation is?"
A citation is not a good thing, I thought.
Well,
in this respect, it is.
The governor couldn't be there, so there was a senior White House representative to present to Wendy the governor's citation. I still don't know what that is. As she's receiving the award, Ashley and Stacey are talking so loudly, I couldn't even hear it, to be honest with you.
It was so incredibly rude.
It was so rude. It really was. It really was. So
total side conversation. You couldn't hear a damn thing that the woman was saying.
Yep. And it was about the mediation. It wasn't even like it was something that they had to be having that conversation right then and there.
No. And then Ashley's like, "Are we?
Yeah.
Are we being rude?"
Yes, you are, Ashley. So then Ashley goes over and tells Giselle and Karen that Stacey's going to mediation on Monday and that they need to pull her aside because she's not prepared for, what's going to happen. I actually did think that was a good thing, to be quite honest with you.
I do too.
Because I agree, Stacey does not have a clue what she's getting into. And Ashley appreciated them kind of guiding her.
Yeah. And again, like what we were saying the other night about Kyle and Maurizio, like, of course you want to trust them.
Right.
But,
right.
Right. Were you shocked when Wendy was like, "Yeah, I don't, Eddie pays the bills"?
Yeah, I was shocked.
I was like, damn, I didn't expect that from her.
I know. I was very surprised too. 4 degrees.
I pay the bills, but Eric is well aware. Like Eric, I pay the bills, but Eric knows more, I guess we know the same, but he handles different things with our finances. But he knows what the bills are. He acts like the way he spends, he acts like he doesn't know what the bills are.
Well, I will be honest. I mean, I do all the bill paying. Bill kind of knows what the bills are, but again, like Eric, doesn't spend like he knows what the bills are and has no idea like where the accounts are, like what the account numbers are, like how to get online and to do it. Like, he doesn't know the mechanics of it.
Right.
He knows we get an electric bill. He thinks he knows how much it is. I pay it every month and I don't even know how much it is, to be quite honest with you.
Too much.
It's too much. And I generally do auto pay. I mean, I'll go check it and make sure it's right. And, whatever.
Right.
So I would not leave that to, not having any hands in that, not knowing how many accounts you have and what's in your name. And we're seeing that with these housewives. This is very common. It happens with Erica. It happened with Jen Pedranti. Like, this is more common than it's not.
Yeah, for sure.
So, no. And I'm glad that Wendy was there for that conversation, because I do think that she will do something about it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So Giselle tells Stacey to write down before her mediation everything that she wants for herself and her child. In Stacey's confessional, she says that, hers divorce is different than Ashley's because hers is amicable. And she's listening to the advice, but she's really not sure that she needs it.
That is interesting, though, that it's amicable.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know if it's going to be after the mediation.
Yeah. Like, I wish we knew more about their marriage, like prior to her joining the show.
Yeah.
But it's good that it's amicable for her daughter's sake.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that Wendy, we got to see Eddie's sisters, and she was able to introduce her kids.
Yes, that
to
was
their
a
aunts
nice moment.
and uncles. Like, that was huge.
Yeah, that was really huge. That was a nice moment.
It really was.
Yeah. Hopefully they can move forward now.
I hope we will see more scenes with Eddie's family.
I guess Eddie's parents were not there.
I didn't see them. There was no mention of them.
No. So hopefully they move forward with the siblings, and then maybe that'll soften the parents up.
Yeah. And then we see Giselle and Grace are talking about her first year in college. And
where's this ice cream place that you can get alcohol at?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's somewhere in Potomac.
Yeah, we got to take a trip.
I really like the scene. I like seeing Giselle have real moments with her kids.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that Giselle's girls are real with her.
Yes.
And they call her out. And they may say something that she doesn't want them to say, but they're going to say it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Or that, she was like overprotective of them, or she wasn't present enough. Remember, one of them at one point said that, you really weren't present enough, So she's talking to Grace about, how she felt about her first year in college. Grace says that she shocked herself as to how well she did. Then Giselle asked her, like, how do you think, the girls are going to do? How do you think, Grace and Adore are going to do? And she said, well, no, Angel and Adore. She said, Adore is going to have a hard time because she really, really leans on Angel.
Are they going to separate colleges, the twins? It sounds like it, right?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. So this is interesting. It was because they're twins. My nieces are twins, and they just went away to college, and I saw them for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we had such I had such a fun time catching up with them because they are so funny and they make me laugh. But they are twins that like to be with each other all the time. Like, they share, like they go to the same school. I said, they pretty much take all the same classes, one or two classes.
Are they in the same dorm?
They're in the same dorm. They're in the same room.
In the same room. Okay.
They're in the same room. They're in the same dorm. And next year they're getting a house off campus, and it's going to be 5 girls. And the 2 of them are going to have the biggest room because they're going to share a room, and everyone else is going to have their own room.
Nice.
But they like being together. Like, they like sharing a room. So then they have other friends who are twins that they've played soccer with for a very long time. And they go to separate schools, and they did not want to be together. And then they have other twins that are on their team with them. There's so many twins in this soccer world, to be quite honest with you, because soccer is their thing, right?
Yeah.
So there's other twins who are, like, they play together, but none of them are as close as my nieces. Like, Kylie and Sydney are very close. They like to be together. They like to, they kind of finish each other's sentences, and they're just very close. And I wonder, it sounds like Grace and Adore are very close, and I hope that they are going to the same school.
I know. I was wondering that because I didn't know if obviously she's not going to say where they're going. Well, maybe she would, but I don't know if has said yet or not.
She hasn't. And one of the things, my sister-in-law, we were talking about this. So when her kids were in school, when they were like in elementary school, they were together, and then they wanted them to split them up. So then they split them up and put them in separate classes, and they were sharing a room. But early on, they got their own room. And they think, and my sister-in-law thinks, and I think it may be true too, that's why they're so close now, because they didn't share a room. Because if they shared a room,
they'd be sick of each other.
When they were sharing a room before they split them up, they would be fighting all the time, like fighting, because
Right.
they had no place else to go. They were in one room. Once they split them up and they each had their own room, they each had their own space, and they would be together when they wanted to be together, as opposed to being forced to be together in the same room all the time.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a working theory.
It sounds like a good theory, though. Yeah.
It's a working theory.
It does sound like a good theory.
I was also surprised about what Giselle shared about, when her father had passed and she was trying to make a plane reservation and she just couldn't get it together. And her daughter saw that she was struggling and they reached out to her ex-husband, and he took care of everything. And you know what? That's good. I think she raised great daughters. I think that
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. You could say a lot about Giselle, but
yeah,
she's a great mom.
Yes.
And she's got good daughters.
Yeah.
And that is a testament to her.
100%.
I mean, I'm not saying anything negative about Jamal being a father, but he is in another state.
Right.
She was basically a single mom.
Yes. Yes. Then we see Ashley's talking to her boys in the kitchen. And this is just before she's getting ready to go to her mediation. In her confessional, she says she has the boys now 7 days a week. And then, Michael can see them on the weekends. And that's one of the things she's really worried about and torn about, that, maybe it'll be a week or two that she won't see her boys. And I get that. I can't imagine having to share custody.
I remember my sister having such a hard time because her ex wanted 50% custody because they lived in the same town, like a couple of blocks away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
I would have felt the same way. My kids drive me crazy, but I still want them in my house every night sleeping.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. And she knows Michael's going to put up a fight because she knows who he is.
Yeah.
I did think then the next thing we saw was Kiarna shows up at Greg's office. His office is called Open Arms, and he's had that for 10 years. We know that he's a social worker, and his family's very supportive of him. His mom is there.
Yeah.
And I just was, the whole interaction with them was very strange to me. Like, she felt out of place there. Like, she didn't, like, he was giving her a hard time. She has her own business. Like, she has her own spa.
Yeah.
But he expects her to work there? Like, I just thought that whole thing was off.
I totally agree. Yeah. Like, it's not like she's sitting at home watching soap operas.
Right.
She's working too.
Right.
At her own business.
Right.
But she said he still wants dinner on the table.
Right. And he thinks that she works for him, but she doesn't work for him. And she said he's kind of like a caveman, which is caveman-like.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't get why she's putting up with that, to be honest with you.
I don't know. But at first I'm like, what lawsuit is she talking about? And then I remember. So she is suing Deborah for, personal injury lawsuit.
Yes.
I don't know, but I'm assuming that, well, is he just her boyfriend?
Yes, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he can't, I don't know what the rules are in Maryland, but when she said, and Greg's worst fear was something happening to me, I thought, does he have a consortium suit? But I think you have to be a spouse to have that. I think you have to be married to have a consortium claim.
Yeah. No, I do too. I just think I don't know.
Think you could do that as a boyfriend.
I thought the whole thing was weird. That whole interaction, the way his family was treating her, the way he was talking to her when she came into the office. I don't know. I actually have not seen a single interaction between those two that I thought wasn't off.
Her and Greg?
Yes.
She and her boyfriend?
Yes. Yes. So
maybe he's not comfortable on camera yet. maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe he's not comfortable because this is all new.
Maybe,
And
but
then they come into his office and he's like,
yeah, maybe.
we'll see.
Yeah,
I
we will
like
see.
him. I think he's a nice guy, and I think what he's doing is great.
I think his work is incredible, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know if
Maybe
I like
he's
the
just
way,
not.
I don't
Yeah,
like the way he's treating Kiarna, to be honest with you. That's what I don't like.
right.
I don't know, though.
Maybe he's just uncomfortable still.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah.
Then we see Giselle, Ashley, Karen, and Wendy and Stacey all meet up. Stacey kind of thanks them for the conversations that they had with her at the 40th birthday party, and they were helpful. And she spoke to her attorney, like they suggested before she went into mediation.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a lot of things that she didn't know about, that she had old school traditional relationship and her husband handled everything.
No bueno.
Yep. Hadn't paid a bill in 15 years. Didn't know about this account.
Damn, that must be nice.
Yeah, right. Right. And when you say things like that and she tells you she has this apartment.
Yeah, like who the fuck is paying for that?
Right. You're getting
what the hell? I wasn't even thinking about that.
Right. You're getting a
Maybe
paycheck.
TJ's paying for that.
I doubt
Maybe her
it.
best friend is paying for that.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Wendy admits that she doesn't know, but now she's going to kind of look into it, right?
Mm-hmm. And Ashley says that Michael wants her to sign a confidentiality clause.
Yep.
We bet you do, Michael. We bet you do.
Yep. And she was there 9 hours.
That's
9 hours. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
To get nowhere.
Yep.
I'm glad, though, that she has an attorney, and I'm glad that she does, like Karen said, she does have some leverage there.
Yes. Yes.
You want the children, and you need to get the money that you need. So that's your leverage. You'll sign this confidentiality, but this is what it's going to cost.
Right.
I was glad to see Karen's daughter, Raven, but she flew in and out the same day from New York.
Yeah, we don't see her. We haven't seen her in quite some time.
No, and I get it. I get it. She's working in New York and she's living her best life, which I'm happy for.
Yeah.
But, could she have just FaceTimed? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's probably a very short flight, though. Because Potomac's, 3-4 hour drive?
Yeah, you're right. It probably is a short flight. Yeah.
From New York to Boston's not a long flight.
She could actually even take a train.
Yeah.
You're right. Good point. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Then Mia and Jacqueline meet up at the store, and Mia's taking Jacqueline shopping because
Mia is such a fashionista.
I know.
She's going to share her fashion sense with Jacqueline. How lucky is Jacqueline?
Thought that was odd.
All odd with Mia. Everything about Mia is odd.
Yeah.
It's all odd.
I agree. I totally agree.
I guess we're going to stay. You could tell she's just doing too much. She's just doing too much. But we'll see.
We'll see. And then the next thing we see, I really like that Ashley is at this organization called New Hope, and they're doing this event called Over the Edge, where she's raising money for the homeless population. And this is a foundation that is close to her heart because her and her mother were almost homeless at one point. If family didn't take them in, they would have been homeless.
Yeah.
But to rappel down a 14-story building, I give her a lot of credit for that.
That was wild.
That was crazy.
I was holding my breath the whole time.
That
really was crazy.
Yeah, but good for her. You know what? That just goes to show you that she's fearless, Ashley, and she's going to get through this. She's going to be all right. Her and her boys are going to be fine. I think that she is. I really do. And I think she's grown a lot since we started seeing her.
I do too. And again, listen, I think with Robin gone, we are seeing better sides of Ashley and Giselle. They kind of, I know they're still a duo.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're, not as catty maybe with Robin gone.
Right. No.
And I do think last season they both tried to help Robin out and be like, you got to be honest about this one thing. And Robin just wouldn't do it. And that's what got her ass fired.
I don't think she could. I don't think Juan, I don't think he would let her.
But what are you protecting? So let him go. I mean, he could not have been contributing financially with her. I'm sure she was footing that whole bill. And is this what you want your boys to see growing up? Like, why protect him? Tell him to get the F out. I don't know. You know what? It's easier said when you're not in the situation.
That's true. That is true. It is. It is. So then we see Mia after Ashley's done repelling, because Mia's there too. She goes and confronts Giselle and says she was really bothered about what she shared with her at the GNA event, that you questioned me at Wendy's 40th birthday party when I was sharing something with you, and then you questioned me. First of all, this is not the place to be having this conversation either. And Mia's like, I don't tell your business. Like when you were in the DR and your girls were sneaking in boys. Well,
that was low down and dirty.
I think you are doing it right now. I think you're doing it right now. What do you mean you don't tell her business?
That was low down and dirty, Mia. Did you see Giselle's face? You saw Giselle's face.
Yeah.
She would have knocked her on her ass if she could have. That was terrible. That was really screwed up.
It really was. It really was. And what did she accomplish? She didn't accomplish anything.
No. Okay, well, we all have teenagers, and they're all either sneaking out or sneaking somebody in. Wait until your kids are teenagers, Mia.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
they're watching you get in bed with ink when daddy's down the hall.
There you go.
Just wait. Yep. That was terrible that she did that.
It was terrible. I agree with you. And you know what? I think Giselle handled it well, too. I think she, and Mia's ended it with, if you have questions for me, please just ask. And, don't put me on blast in front of all the ladies.
You're on a fucking ensemble show together. Stop it.
Right. Like
that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, she thinks that she is the queen bee.
I totally agree. She really, really does. Now, do you think that it's interesting to me that we're just finding this out now about Giselle's daughters? Do you think Giselle asked the producers, like, please don't put this in the show? Please don't make this a thing? Because the producers had to know. She said it was on a Ring camera. Unless they waited until after they took their mics off at the end of the night. And she told her, why the hell would you tell Mia? That girl is not trustworthy.
Well, I don't know if the producers did know, to be honest with you, because like you said, and she said it was when we were in the DR. So Giselle wasn't home and she was, I guess, watching her own cameras. She's not doing that on camera, right?
Right.
And again,
is that where they just were for Wendy's? Oh, no. I'm thinking it's when they were just away together.
No, because I don't even remember when they were in the Dominican Republic.
Season.
It may have even been 2 seasons ago.
When they made that video, remember they made that, was that them? They made that TikTok, or was it? Yeah, they made.
Well, Ashley was all into doing TikTok, so it was probably them.
It was Ashley who was starting it up. Yes.
Yeah, but that did not have to be brought up, and
no.
And it was nothing. Really, what she brought up was nothing.
No, we've all been through it.
Right. And you're comparing that.
I did it.
Right. I'm sure she did it too.
Exactly. Sorry, Mom, but I did. I'm pretty sure you knew too. You were just so damn tired. You're like, whatever, she'll get home safe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not liking Mia at all this season. I never really loved her, but
it's interesting.
I don't like her now.
Because when the season started, remember you said, did you see who's in the center? And we were like, it's Mia. Because at first I said, I didn't even recognize her because I saw the blonde hair and I first thought it was Karen.
Right. Because she does wear the blonde wigs.
A lot. And then I looked, I was like, oh no, that's Mia. I don't think
now we know.
Yeah. Now we do know.
She's reaching.
Yeah. I don't like it.
No, I don't either at all. I really don't.
All right. I don't have anything else for Potomac, do you?
No. I don't even have, I think we kind of covered all
our gossip
stuff too. Yeah.
I think so too. I can't think of anything else.
I know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I think Andy said that Atlanta is a great season. He always says this shit though. They're still taking a pause on Jersey. Southern Charm starting soon.
I think this week.
I think it is this week.
I don't know when I'm going to have time to watch it, but
Oh,
yeah, I
me
think it's
neither.
this week. I
I
love
think it's
Madison.
Thursday night when OC was on.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it here and there.
Yeah,
I don't
we
think
will.
we have to do a whole episode, right?
I don't think so. I love Madison. She reminds me of Jessica Simpson, like a young Jessica Simpson.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't like Madison at first, but I didn't like Madison before she was on the show. You only saw her as Austin's girlfriend and Patricia's hairdresser. And they kind of, this is when people still liked Austin, quite honestly. And then after what he did to Ciara, forget it.
I didn't watch it. I just started watching it last season, and I never liked Austin because I only knew him from Summer House.
Yeah, before that happened with Ciara, you liked Austin. And when he was dating Madison, you kind of thought Madison was a bitch. However, now looking back, she wasn't a bitch. She just wanted more of a commitment and for him to get it off his ass and get a real job, if he was going to be serious with her.
Right.
Now looking back, you know what it was. But then what he did to Ciara, and then who else? He did Olivia.
Yeah.
How are they bringing Taylor back and not Olivia? I don't understand this at all. And I don't think Leva's going to be on it anymore either. But she's got Southern Hospitality, which is coming back, I heard.
Yeah, I heard that is coming back. Yeah. I'm curious to see what happens with JT and why JT leaves mid-season.
Mid-season?
Yeah.
He is sitting on the couch talking to Vanita, saying that he's attracted to her, which I'm sad to see because I thought she was very happy with that guy Manny last season. So I guess she and he broke up.
I do think it has something to do with Vanita too.
Yeah, I think so too.
The reason that he left, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Why?
He seems like a bit of a hopeless romantic, and he also seems like he maybe got hurt in his divorce.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not over it yet, so he's, trying to find new love in all the wrong places, JT.
Yeah. I just always think it's interesting when somebody decides to leave.
Mid-season.
Yeah.
I don't really care for Rodrigo.
No, I don't either.
And I'll tell you why. I thought he came really hard at Olivia at the reunion last year, and I did not like that at all because Olivia did nothing wrong. Taylor was 100% wrong.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So I don't know why he defended her and came at Olivia, but I'm not here for it, Rodrigo. And where's Rod? The nice guy. Always finishes last.
Well, that's what happens, right?
Yep.
Isn't that what happens?
Right. Olivia and Rod are both gone. But Olivia just got engaged, so she's fine.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
All
and
right.
Shep is dating somebody he met. She's from the Bahamas, or she lives in the Bahamas. And Madison thinks that she's just a big fangirl and wants to be on the show.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's going to play out on the season.
Oh, I believe that because Shep is,
gullible.
Yes. I think she's probably right.
Yep.
I think she's probably right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep.
Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Bye.
Bye.